But at the same time, and this is my part two of my remarks, this is also driven by mistakes that were made by China and mistakes that were made by United States of America. Both sides have made mistakes. And in the case of China, the big mistake that China made was to upset American businessmen and American business people. Because until recently, whenever the United States government wanted to take actions against China, the American businessmen would say, stop, don't take actions against China. China is a big market for American products. And it is true. You look at the biggest companies in America, look at Boeing, right? The second biggest customer for Boeing aircraft after United States is China, right? China is buying incredible number of Boeing aircraft. And then you look at the America's biggest car company, automobile company, General Motors. General Motors makes more money from China than it does from United States of America. And this is true of many other companies. So therefore, in the past, all the American companies would say, don't take action against China. Because if you do take action against China, I'll lose my market. But what is interesting is that when Donald Trump launched his trade war against China, I think 2017 or 2018, no American business people spoke up. They all kept quiet. Why did they keep quiet? Because they were very upset with the Chinese government, Chinese authorities, and they complained that the Chinese authorities were forcing American companies to share technology, stealing intellectual property from American companies, not creating a level playing field for competition between Chinese and American companies. And all these complaints are public. You can go to the website of the United States Chamber of Commerce in Shanghai or United States Chamber of Commerce in Beijing. You can see all their complaints are out there. So that was a mistake that China made to alienate the American business companies. But I can tell you that in some ways, America made a bigger strategic mistake with China. And the man who told me about America's biggest strategic mistake was Dr. Henry Kissinger. Dr. Kissinger, as you know, is the most famous Secretary of State of America. He's the one who went to China 50 years ago in July 1971 to have a breakthrough in US-China relations. And he's now 97, 98 years old, Dr. Henry Kissinger. Still going strong. But I had a one-on-one lunch with him, with Dr. Kissinger, in March 2018 when I was doing research for my book, Has China Won? And at that one-on-one lunch, he told me very honestly, he said the biggest mistake that America has made is to launch a contest against China without working out a strategy. Now, you probably find this hard to believe, right? How can the United States, see, the United States has the world's best universities. United States has the world's best think tanks. United States has the world's best newspapers, world's best magazines. You know, they have so much strategic discussions, but they have no strategy. You know, this is hard to believe, right? But I can tell you it's true. And I say this with some confidence because it comes from America's greatest living strategic thinker, Dr. Henry Kissinger. And so this is the mistake that the United States has made. And of course, this has now become a disadvantage for the United States in the contest between US and China. So all this brings me to part 3 of my remarks about who will win. Will the United States win or will China win? Now I can tell you, if, by the way, I'm sorry I'm not in a room with you all. If I was in a room with you all, I would ask you all to vote whether United States will win or China will win. Now I cannot do the vote. Then my next time when I come in person to Jakarta, Mulia, I will then ask them this question, who will win? Because in America, they all say America will win. And then in China, they say, oh, China will win. Then in Southeast Asia, it varies. So who they say will win. We can discuss that later. But anyway, the Americans cannot conceive of the possibility of losing. And the reason why the Americans cannot even conceive of the possibility of losing is because America has won every battle, every war for the last 130 years. America has never lost the big wars. I'm talking about the big wars. I mean, not Afghanistan. The big wars. World War I against Germany, America won. World War II against Germany and Japan, America won. The economic contest with Japan, 1980s, America won. The Cold War against Soviet Union, America won. So Americans believe that because they have the world's largest, most thriving democracy, and if a democracy has to fight against a communist party, democracies are more dynamic, more vibrant, and democracies will always defeat communist party systems which are rigid, mechanical, cannot think. So America, democracy will always defeat communist party. And this is what happened in the Cold War. As you know, in the Cold War between the United States and Soviet Union, right? Everyone thought that Soviet Union might have a chance of defeating the United States. Didn't happen. And actually the Soviet Union collapsed completely because it was run by the Communist Party of Soviet Union. So the Americans say, okay, the Communist Party of Soviet Union collapsed. So the Communist Party of China will also collapse. And then America will win. So they are very convinced. And by the way, I want to emphasize one thing. When I talk to the Chinese, I tell my Chinese friends, whatever you do, don't underestimate America.